So as always with Tai Chi, we start with prepare and begin. So prepare. It's always good to leave a couple of seconds after prepare, just to let the sinking feeling really start to take effect. Then begin. The first move in the 8-step Tai Chi form is whirling arms. We don't do a lot of repetitions in the 8-step form. So we start directly after prepare and begin. We start by lifting the left arm up and the right arm back. Take this opportunity to make the most of that movement. Make sure you don't bring the shoulders up. Make sure you're not doing this. It's an opening up of the chest. It's a nice big opening motion. I can feel how much that is stretching across the top of my chest there just by doing this. I'm not uber straightening all of my arms and forcing everything out. There is still a nice little natural bend in my arms, but I'm able to do that. So I've gone from the end of begin, I'm looking back at the backhand, I'm going to bend that elbow and start pointing the right fingers forwards, and I'm going to start pulling back with this left hand. And as with step back whirl arms in the longer forms, this is the middle point there. So that's my end point for the front. That was my end point for the back. The middle point is somewhere there, and that's where I'm going to have them meet. So that's going to start coming forward. That's going to start going backwards. They meet there, and they keep going. So the back hand is now going forwards, and the forward hand is now going backwards. As soon as they cross each other, I start watching this hand. So I started by watching the back hand. That came over. I'm still watching this hand. Now I'm watching this left hand as it comes back. The right hand turns palm up. The left hand comes around. And that one now goes forward, and the right one goes back again. Keep the knees nice and springy, as we always do in Tai Chi. And you will notice, if you follow this zip line here, I'm wearing the top, by the way, because it's cold in here tonight. Normally I would just wear a t-shirt, but it is quite chilly in here. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but see how it's moving. That's because this movement is using this area here. Remember, in Tai Chi, we're all about using the core. We're all about using the Dantian, the energy center that's down here. So just doing this with the arms, yes, it would give your shoulders a bit of a workout, and a lot of YouTube videos would be quite happy with that. But we want to learn how to use our entire body doing simple exercises, but that are going to give us the most bang for our buck. And that's how we do them. So we were there, back, 1 and 2. We only do 2. That's it, we're done. And from there, we go straight into brush knee and push. It's not brush knee, it's brush thigh, essentially. And this is our first example in this form anyway, of how one move flows seamlessly into the next one. So we finished there. Our hands are kind of perfectly placed to do what we need to do. So we sink back into our right leg. This left hand is going to come down in like a blocking, so that's a block. We come on the heel, brush that thigh, and then from there, all I need to do, I don't need to do anything with this hand, because when I transfer the weight into the left, that hand was exactly where it needs to be, so that when I transfer the weight, that is where the push comes from. Remember, the push is not that, because that's terribly off balance. It's using weak muscles that we don't need to use. This is where the power comes in, the weight transfer from one leg to the other. Once we've done that, so this left hand came down to help ground me on this side, sink back, which means I can turn that left foot in. And I can do the opposite. So the right hand can come down, I can brush that thigh and turn that foot at the same time, and then push through there. I'm not quite as strict about foot positions in this form as I am when we're doing the 24 or the 48. This one I think is far more about the movement of the waist and this. You know, it's not so much about the heel in front of the toes, gap in between, very strict end positions. This one for me is much more about just getting that waist nicely twisted, just getting some nice backwards and forwards motion going, and just warming the whole body up. That's why I'm not quite as strict about stepping and moving in this form. And you'll see I'm not quite as strict. I'm not explaining quite as much because I'm making it so there isn't as much to explain. Excuse me. So we put those two together. So we prepared and began. We whirl arms. 1, 2. We brush the thigh. We push. We come across. We brush the thigh and we push. We now need to hold a ball because the next move is going to be part wild horse's mane. So from here, we come up on the heel of the right foot, which means we're putting the weight into the left foot. We're using this hand to pull that foot around, while at the same time, the right hand is going to come to the top of the ball. The left hand scoops around and pulls the foot in. So that was a nice circular pull-in motion. From here, we do part wild horse's mane like we would in the 24. Apologies if you haven't done the 24, by the way, but the 24 is probably the best entry level to Tai Chi. Even though this is smaller, even though there's only, the 8 steps in this one, the 24 is the one that gives you the best grounding, I feel. So that's why I mention the 24 a lot. So we pull in, we hold the ball, we step out. This right hand is going to slide down the horse's mane like that till it comes to your right hip, and the left hand is going to float up. If that right foot is a little too straight for your liking, use the lifting of the left hand to come up on the heel and turn the foot in, or you can come up on the toes and kick the heel out, whichever feels better. I tend to come up on the heel, so I can do that. Once we've gone to one side, we do the other side, and we do that by bringing the hands around. I'm pulling back into my left leg with this hand, right hand is pulling in to there, so then I can scoop around into my part wild horse's mane on the right hand side. It doesn't get any more difficult. We only do one on each side. If you wanted to do more, I dare say you could, but the point of this is to be, quick and dirty Tai Chi, short and sweet. So let's put that together. So whirl arms. 1, 2, brush left knee, push, come around, brush right knee, push, bring the hands around, hold the ball, part wild horse's mane 1, part wild horse's mane 2. From part wild horse's mane, we go into wave hands like clouds. One of the most visible Tai Chi moves, one of the ones that people might expect most of it, because people go, oh, Tai Chi, that's the... Yes, it is. So we finished, forgotten where I finished now. Part wild horse's mane there. Wave hands like clouds. So we swap the hands, we turn, we step in. We need to get the hands back over to that side so we can go to the left again. There, we swap, we step out. That's all we do on this one, so we don't step back in. So we swap, turn, swap, turn and step out. We finish there. So basically from where we start on one side, it's a step in, then a step out, then a step in, then a step out. You still get all the lovely twisting benefits, but you're just not doing multiple moves across the floor. So where we finished there, right hand slides, left hand lifts, we turn, we step in, we swap the hands, turn, swap the hands, turn and step out, swap, turn and step in, bring the hands to the right side, swap, turn and step out. And that's where we finish. People do cloud hands in slightly different ways. I do it slightly different ways depending on how I feel at the time. So, when we're pulling down, that's a pull down and a lift up, and then a turn. And it's another pull down and a lift up. Now that can be quite angular and, linear and sharp. The way to get round that is to treat it more of a fluid ball, like that. But you won't know how you like it until you try it. So give it a go. It is possible just to spend a good amount of time just learning cloud hands, and you can do it standing still, and you can just do it by picking a side and then deciding what you like best. Do you like visualizing elbowing somebody in the face, then pulling something down and coming up on the inside? Do you like that? Much more of a punch and warding things off and all that kind of stuff. And it's fine to think of Tai Chi in those terms. There's nothing wrong with it. It is a martial art. Or are you more fluffy bunny rabbits? Where you just have all this energy swirling around in front of you, this beautiful energy that you're playing with as you move around. Hands, palms forward, palms back, lifting up, watching the palms as they move, but turning the palms out. What's best for you? How do you like it? Just have a go. So that is the next part. So that was cloud hands. We're going to take a little break there because, just because it's a short form doesn't mean you have to power through it all at once. Try those bits. So by those bits, I mean whirling arms, 1, 2. Brush knee and push, 1, 2. Come around, hold the ball. Part wild horses mean 1. Part wild horses mean 2. Cloud hands 1. Cloud hands 2. Cloud hands 1. Cloud hands 2. Try that as your first little bit. See how you get on. There is obviously text underneath these videos as well, where I'll talk about things that it would just take too long to add to every single video. But other than that, the last little bit I'll add to this, these things do just come into my head. When you've done the whirling arms, when you come to brush the knee, if you feel like your legs aren't wide enough, what you can do is, that's number 1, that's number 2, you can take a little step to step out to widen it, and then take a little step to come out and widen it. And whenever you move your hands, you can always step to where you need to be, like that. And that's what will help you. It'll help you protect your knees, but it will also help you just get the most out of the twisting motions. There is nothing wrong with that in this particular form. There's nothing wrong with that in any of the forms. There's nothing wrong with moving your feet to protect your legs and to help you enjoy what it is that you're doing. So that's the first little bit. Have a go, and then watch the next video.